I'm going to discuss degrees of comparison. It is one of the major topics of grammar in English. If you would like to understand what is degrees of comparison, here I have given a list of questions. If you answer, if you understand from this perspective, you can able to understand very clearly what is degrees of comparison. And here the questions are going to deal only to describe or to tell about only the word comparison. In the next video, I will cover what do we call degrees. Okay, let us see first what the word comparison means. This is very common, all of you know that. So comparison, it is an act of comparing one person to another person, or one person to many group, or one group to one person. It goes on, and the comparison may take place between two things or more than two things, places, animal thing, and any other thing. So that is, all of you know, generally you can understand. But here, this is a grammar. But the context, understanding the word comparison in the context of grammar, it is very important. So now, what will be taken for comparison in this topic? What will be taken for comparison? This is very important. So if you understand what will be taken for comparison. So already we told you the meaning of comparison. Comparison means it is going to take the comparison between two persons or more than two persons. But here is it going to take on regarding the person or any other thing. So that we could understand. So that's why, so what will be taken for comparison? Now, if you would like to understand this context, so let us, if you understand these questions, you can guess what is going to be taken for comparison. Okay. So now see, who represents the person, thing, place, or animal in the context of grammar? All of you know who represent the person, thing, place, or animal in the context of address. Means what I mean here. If you look at the parts of speech, a noun or a pronoun which represents noun or pronoun represents a person or a thing, a place or animal. Right. So now, which parts of speech represents the action? So it will be represented by the verb. Okay. Why I am asking you these two questions, it will be understood later. So now let me know who describes or modifies the noun or verb. This is also very important because here the noun is representing person and thing and verb is representing an action. And this is why I am asking. It is because the what will be taken for the comparison means here. For the comparison, a person, thing, place, or animal will be taken in the first category, and another thing, an action will be taken for comparison. These two things are going to be taken for comparison, and how it will be, you can understand. You can see who describes or modifies the noun or verb. That is very clearly, you can know that a noun is going to be described by an adjective, and an action is going to be described by an adverb. Now tell me what are the functions of adjective and adverb? It is, all of you know already these questions are going to tell you. So adjective is a word which is going to describe a noun, and an adverb is going to describe about an action or a verb, you can call it. Means here an adverb is going to tell how the action is taken and in what kind of manner it is taken, you can understand. And an adjective, it is also going to describe about a noun and what kind of person it is. So now you can see, so a verb, an adjective can describe the number or quantity or quality or character or nature. So in different forms, the different forms of noun will be described by the word adjective. And adverb is only the word which goes on explaining verb, means it is an action. So you can understand. So finally you can understand. So the adjective and the verb are going to help you to understand what is comparison. Okay. So why I'm going to tell you it is because if you want to transform from degrees of comparison, means from one degree to another degree, you must understand first what is an adjective and what is an adverb. It is because the functions of adjective only is going to be taken the comparison. This is the point you need to understand. Now you can take in order to understand the degrees of comparison, to make the comparisons, so an adjective is divided into 3 forms, and even adverb also have the same 3 forms. So that's why we can see the forms of degree, the forms of adjective or adverb. It is the first one is positive, and second one is comparative, and third one is superlative. These 3 are forms of adjective and adverb. So why they have these 3 kind of? It is because to transform the sentences from positive to comparative, and from comparative to positive, or comparative to superlative, or superlative to comparative. Simultaneously, you can transform from one to the other two to one also, and it is only possible because of these forms of adjectives. And here we have many other rules to how these transformations will be there.